I mean, wow. Wow.
Reese is definitely finding her own, and I think
knowing the way they treat her, they would probably fine her and suspend her.
Behavior that Angel Reese has been displaying is
after putting up a strong 22 points and 15 rebounds in a devastating 2-point loss to the Mystics. Angel Reese was recently suspended on July 7th. On live national television, she smashed a clipboard out of her coach's hands while completely insane. The WNBA as a whole is shocked that the Chicago Sky has now drawn the line.
Other day of the Angel Reese drama because she has simply smacked the clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands. Yes.
Is walking over to the bench and she slaps the clipboard out of her coach's hands.
Angel Reese made news on July 7th as a result of slapping a clipboard clean out of her assistant coach's hands during a furious timeout on national television. In addition to her impressive stat line of 22 points and 15 rebounds against the Washington Mystics. Yes, exactly. After yet another difficult defeat, her frustration erupted, and the Chicago Sky suspended her permanently. Is her shenanigans now over for the league? Or does it represent just another phase in the tumultuous ascent of the most divisive figure in women's basketball?
Are you kidding me? That is one of the most disrespectful acts I've ever witnessed by a professional athlete towards their coach. One of their
Angel Reese does this right when you think the turmoil surrounding her can't get any hotter. Reese lost it on the sidelines of a nationally broadcast game between the Chicago Sky and the Washington Mystics. Furthermore, we're not having a contentious discussion or a grimace of frustration. We're talking about her really hitting her assistant coach with the clipboard. Yes, like she had finished watching live TV in front of millions of people, she slapped it clear out of his hands.
Some Bush League lack of respect. This behavior can't happen.
After Clutch Sports released the video, it quickly went viral. You name it, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And admirers, they didn't mince words. She should be suspended as well because it was disrespectful and embarrassing.
Losing by 2 points at the end of the game.
Interview to 37-42. The crazy part comes next. Emotions were running high since they were getting blasted out, but this wasn't some pointless game. It turned out to be a close game, a war that was decided by the smallest of margins. Score at the end, 79-81. It was a close call for the Mystics to win. And to be honest, that one should have gone to Chicago. However, it eluded them, just like the majority of their season.
Had a great game. She had 22 points, 15 rebounds. There were some questionable calls from the referees on both ends of the floor.
The court, Angel Reese made her appearance for assists, 15 rebounds, and 22 points. As if it were just another Tuesday, it was another dominant double-double. That is no longer even news, that she simply does that. However, nobody seemed to be discussing the numbers, her performance, or the celebration of yet another memorable evening. The clipboard slap became the center of attention. And that tells you everything.
Get out of her own way. And I don't give a rat's how frustrated
she's carrying this team on her back, which is ridiculous when you look at the figures. However, when the team is sitting at 513, it makes little difference. It's more than just a poor record. That season is falling. And the strain mounts with each defeat. You can sense the frustration. Every possession, every timeout, and every sideline interaction demonstrates that, in front of everyone, it finally came to a head. It's the only topic people want to discuss these days.
Not doing well this season. I think that is evident. It doesn't look like they are going to make playoffs.
This isn't just about one clipboard. Let's face it. This concerns a team that appears disoriented. This has to do with a locker room that is collapsing. This concerns a leader who is obviously tired. Indeed, some admirers may claim that she simply exudes passion. This isn't leadership, according to some. This is a time bomb in the making.
Chicago Sky should suspend her for this.
Now, what? Does she receive a fine, again suspended? In a season that is already engulfed in upheaval, is this just more noise? Nobody is aware yet. This was more than just a horrible time, though. It could have been the Chicago Sky's tipping moment.
Supposed to not have control of this basketball team, hence why they could be losing these damn games.
Be straightforward. Chicago is becoming a really dirty place. Furthermore, we're not merely discussing lost streaks or missed layups. We're talking about emotional outbursts, leadership failures, and a team that appears to be kept together by hope and tape. Angel Reese was in the middle of it all. She's a rival. Angel Reese is a competitor, whether you like her or not. She competes fiercely. Now, don't misunderstand. Angel's brilliance transcends generations. She has the ability. She knows the figures. The highlight reels are with her. She doesn't appear to have control, though, these days. Her body language is loud on the court. And I'm not merely clapping her hands or yelling for the ball. I'm talking about shrugging off coaches, heated arguments, and eye rolls. Then, of course, came the now famous clipboard smack, which blew everything apart. She is correct. The WNBA referees are awful. Slapping the clipboard out of her assistant coach's hands was more than just a frustrated outburst. The message was complete, and the message was unambiguous. I'm done listening to you all. The anxiety was palpable via the screen. That was not an isolated incident. That was the culmination of something that had obviously been simmering in the background.
Up negativity, but Angel Reese supposed to be leading young women and being a great example to girls and kids all over the world.
Additionally, fans are on opposing sides. She is being defended by one side as though she is merely fervent. She has had enough of losing. She's a fireball. The opposite side has completely given up making excuses. This isn't being a leader. This is chaos, they say at the conclusion of the game. This was just a frustrating moment. The problem is that everything you do as your team spokesperson, Angel Reese, with the cameras trained on you and young girls wearing your jersey, conveys a message. Furthermore, she isn't providing a leadership message at the moment. It's about dissatisfaction, disobedience, and a team going awry.
Has no control over this basketball team. At this point, it looks like his leadership is questioned as a head coach with some of the tactics and things that go down with Angel Reese and this damn basketball team.
This leads us to Coach Tyler Marsh, the whistleblower. Let's face it, leading a team with personalities is never simple. However, as the clipboard drama played out, people began to wonder who was actually in charge because there was no fast reaction, no timeout, no benching, and no obvious penalties.
Nobody care about the double-double no more, bro. We know Angel Reese can get double-doubles. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, at this point, it is what it is. This is what...
Because you do nothing in the moment when your star player publicly insults an assistant coach in that way on national television, no less. It certainly doesn't shout control. More likely, I don't want to annoy her. Furthermore, that isn't leadership. Babysitting is what that is. Under Marsh's supervision, things have also gone awry before. Throughout the season, the Sky have experienced numerous emotional outbursts, instability on the sidelines, and problems with cohesion. The issue is no longer limited to a single player. The issue is one of culture. And the coach will always get some heat when it occurs. Recently, critics have been brutal, claiming that Marsh's credibility is eroding and that his strategy is ineffectual. It's more than just shade. It's a complete eclipse. Really took the initiative. Her overall field goal percentage has also increased significantly this season. Could have been a comeback, which is a sad fact. With an average of 12 points and 12 rebounds each game, Reese is putting up all-star numbers. Although she has already received 5 texts this season, she also plays with a fire that many clubs would like to have. The issue is that nobody is using that fire for something constructive. Rather, one game at a time, we're witnessing a slow motion meltdown.
Great teammates, great vets, great coaches that continue to tell us to just keep working and keep pushing.
This is the awkward query that fans are posing. Has Angel Reese surpassed the team in size? Has she gone so far that teammates and coaches are afraid to check her? Additionally, if that's true, but how long until it all comes crashing down? Even if you have the best team in the world, it won't get very far if nobody is willing to hold the leader accountable, or if the leader refuses to hold herself accountable.
Clipboard out the assistant coach hands, just not a good look from Angel Reese as a basketball player. Just like I stated, man, she's supposed to be a leader among young women.
Being a leader is more than just scoring goals. It's about discipline, respect, and modeling for others how to behave under pressure. Additionally, Marsh and Rhea are currently falling short, and that clipboard might be the first thing to go if nothing changes quickly. For a moment, let's go back in time because, despite your belief that the clipboard episode was crazy, it wasn't. Begin there. This entire story has its origins in June 2025, during one of the season's most talked about games, Round 1, Chicago Sky vs. Indiana Fever, also known as Angel Reese vs. Caitlin Clark. In addition to exchanging buckets, Angel and Caitlin also exchanged glares, comments, and yes, a physical incident that left the internet in flames and the entire arena buzzing. It quickly became ugly, and Angel was utterly insulting. At least to game suspensions, dude, at least. They weren't having it with the Chicago Sky either. For what they described as behavior that was harmful to the team, they suspended Angel indefinitely. It was more than a simple smack on the wrist. That was a complete halt. They bluntly informed her, "You're not returning till you behave in a certain way." Even if Angel returns after a few weeks, the drama continues. It cranks up, if anything. Let's talk about the heartbreaking loss to the Minnesota Lynx in July 2025. Angel wasn't upset about missed shots despite the final result. The referees infuriated her.
That has to be fixed, and I don't give a damn if I get fined because that shit cheap, and I am tired of the shit. Because I've been nice and I've been humble with it, but I am tired of the shit.
I mean unedited, irritated, fire-breathing mode. When I say furious, she stormed into that press conference after the game and set the officials on fire, referred to it as diabolical, claimed to be sick of the cheesy calls and the icing on the cake. If I am fined, I don't care. Yes, when you arrive at the league that hard, there will undoubtedly be fines again. Extension of the games, and I believe that it will be fantastic for us if we just keep fighting and pushing through that. Angel isn't only fighting teams anymore. She's engaged in a full-scale conflict with the media, the referees, and possibly even the front office of the WNBA. Her fan base adores it. They perceive her standing up as a fighter for her team. However, detractors claim that she is using her tongue to write checks that the league will soon cash. It's official. Angel Reese isn't just a player anymore. The league is unsure of how to handle her now that she has turned into a full-fledged rebellious force. And she's being ruined. I mean, this is where it becomes complex, though. The media is piling on, according to some people. Compared to other players, that Angel is assessed 10 times harsher. That they refer to her emotional outbursts as meltdowns. That a male player is said to be fiery when he blows up, but Angel is considered out of control when she does the same. And to be honest, the conversation contains some truth.
That type of behavior is unacceptable for any player on any level of sports, bro.
Her official suspension for the clipboard incident is still in effect as of right now. But there's no denying that the temperature is rising. The front office of the Chicago Sky is being watched by everyone. Will they intervene at last, or are they too afraid to reprimand their biggest star? The million-dollar problem is that you put her on a bench, you run the danger of criticism. You overlook it, the locker room is lost to you. Additionally, don't assume that trade rumors aren't brewing. Don't be surprised if her name begins to appear in those trade rumors if this energy continues to escalate and the chemistry remains shattered. Every team has a breaking point, even though the Sky adore her style. And now for the actual kicker. Is it possible to go back? Is Angel Reese able to turn her life around? Can she change the course and harness that fire, that skill, that unadulterated leadership potential? Or has the confusion officially surpassed the value at this point? Interview 1256-13. Her official suspension for the clipboard incident is still in effect as of right now. But there's no denying that the temperature is rising. The front office of the Chicago Sky is being watched by everyone. Will they intervene at last, or are they too afraid to reprimand their biggest star? The million-dollar problem is that you put her on a bench, you run the danger of criticism. You overlook it, the locker room is lost to you. Additionally, don't assume that trade rumors aren't brewing. Don't be surprised if her name begins to appear in those trade rumors if this energy continues to escalate and the chemistry remains shattered. Every team has a breaking point, even though the Sky adore her style. And now for the actual kicker. Is it possible to go back? Is Angel Reese able to turn her life around? Can she change the course and harness that fire, that skill, that unadulterated leadership potential? Or has the confusion officially surpassed the value at this point?